Hi, I'm Johnny. This is Johnny Likes, the show where I talk about movies that I like. Today I'm talking about another 1980s teen sex comedy. Why? Because I wanted some lighthearted cheese and some TNA, alright? That's why. Today, Johnny likes Screwballs.
You tell him, Johnny. You tell the world.
The story in Screwballs is basically a bunch of horny teenage boys do everything they possibly can in their power to see naked girls. And they all take turns trying to sleep with Purity Bush, who is the prim and proper virginal prom queen.
Well, aren't any of you boys going to be gentlemen?
But the plot is pretty inconsequential, and it's really just an excuse to go from one ridiculous scene to the next. It's not high art. The characters have names like Purity Bush, and Bootsy Goodhead, and Melvin Jerkovsky. That's right, Jerkovsky. They go to TNA High School, which is short for Taft and Adams, and the opening scene has two pretty girls hanging a sign in front of a storefront that says hot dogs, 69 cents. Well, a giant hot dog is thrusting into the rear end of who we later learn is Bootsy Goodhead. That's the level of maturity and humor in this one. You've been warned. I do gotta say, just describing that situation and scene and just kind of thinking about it does bring a little bit of a guilty smile to my face, though. Screwballs was written by Jim Wynorski and Linda Shane. As soon as I saw Wynorski's name in the credits, I knew exactly what this movie was going to be. If that name means nothing to you, let me do a little explaining. Wynorski is kind of an infamous exploitation film / B-movie guy. He's been a producer, writer, director since the early 80s, and he's done, probably 200 movies. He does lots of movies with titles like Scared Topless and Shark Babes. And they generally get around a 3.5 on IMDb. So that's the kind of level of filmmaking that he's kind of known for. Although, he did do Chopping Mall, which is a movie that I absolutely love. So he does have that going for him. He's not all bad. And this is one of his first credits, and it's pretty obvious that he found his calling early on in his career and stuck firmly in his lane. The other writer, Linda Shane, isn't a name that I knew, but apparently she's also done mostly B-movies, although hers seem to be less exploitative. And she also played Bootsy Goodhead in the movie and modeled for the poster, apparently, according to IMDb. So I can't recommend this movie. I can't say that it was especially good or even well made, but it was exactly what I wanted to watch when I watched it. Sometimes that's what I want. I want a bad B-movie. And this was one of those times. I'll admit, it's sexist. The boys are problematic sex pests by today's standards. They'd probably be arrested, honestly, for the pranks they pull. And most of the jokes don't land. But there was one scene and one joke that had me actually laugh out loud.
Don't look now, but I think Paul's masturbating. Make him stop. I can't. He's using my hand.
And there was a few chuckles throughout the movie, which is honestly all I was really hoping for. One thing about the movie I do have to applaud is that it knew exactly what it was. And it didn't try to pretend to be anything other than just that. Which, it's an exploitation vehicle for scantily clad women to bare their breasts, and for our group of guys to perform zany antics, hopefully getting a laugh or two. It's just a cash grab for a few quick bucks after Porky's made it big either the year or a couple years before. This also happens to be Canadian, much like Porky's, so it's got a lot in common. So despite everything wrong with the movie, such as the acting, dialogue, story, plausibility, and sexual attitudes, I found that the movie had a certain low-budget charm to it. It kind of reminded me of a trauma film. It seemed as if everyone was just out to have a good time making a movie, and they leaned into the B-movie aspect of what they were doing, and some of that fun that the actors seemed to be having making this bleeds onto the screen. and fun can be contagious if you let it. And I think that's at the heart of why I kind of like this movie, despite all of its shortcomings. The contagious good time aspect. If I had seen this movie when I was younger, as a midnight movie on cable, back when cable was a thing, I think I would have loved it. Because of the relentlessly goofy tone, and the, I didn't see it then though. I saw it as a fully formed adult like a few days ago. And as a result, I'm gonna have to rate it 2 out of 5. It's got some TNA, it's got some laughs, and it's just a fun, goofy, horny movie. Go into it expecting that and nothing more, and you might even enjoy it. I don't know, I was kind of surprised how much fun I actually had with it, despite how bad it is. So what did you guys think of Screwballs if you've seen it? You can let me know in the comments. While you're here, you may as well like and subscribe. It's quick, free, and relatively painless. Plus, helps me out. Thanks for watching me talk about movies for a little while, and you can tune in next time to see what else Johnny likes.